Sebastian Fundora just ducked boots. Where's the ridicule? Let's talk.
Push the weight, enough flex. Flex, the livest one in the section. Fit the runner, boy, you nigga, no question. You ain't run a motherfucker high stepping. Hey, you never had a big enough weapon. Motherfucker never learned your lesson. I'm a 88 pack nigga, boo. I'm a 88 pack nigga, boo. I mean, day walker, drink blood, trains out, full moon, motherfucker, change like a hoe, nigga. I'm just a nigga from the hood, trying to stack a little cheddar for the money.
Drew Titan, Bronx on deck. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. Let's talk about this. Again, I like to let things rest for a while because I'm always interested in what people say. Like, I want to see what they're saying across this landscape of boxing. And I'll let this rest for a few days. And I got nothing. All right. We already knew that there's a lot of stock being put in Sebastian Fundora. There's a lot of stock being put in him. And it's obvious why. Other than the fact that he's 6'7" in a 154-pound division, which is insane. To me, it's crazy. But if he can make the weight, he can make the weight. On fight night, when that scale says 154, 153 and a quarter, he makes the weight. That's it. No one's going to call him a weight bully and saying, hey, man, he's too tall to be that small. He could be heavier. I never hear that about him. Amazing. See, things like that are reserved for other people. Speaking of, when I say things, I'm talking about basically made up ridicule. Speaking of which, he just openly ducked Boots Ennis. I'm on record saying, hey, man, if Boots gets past Xander Zayas, they lining him up for Fundora. Boots stopped Zayas. Zayas stopped himself. And what happens? They went straight to the Towering Inferno. On fire and everything. Smoking building. Boots said, yeah, I'm about to put that flame out. I'm like, all right, man. All right, Boots, you like it? I love it. And surprise, surprise, Sebastian ducks. Now, mind you, unless I missed it, he hasn't said anything. But this dude on his team, I think he was talking to Ness, the boxing voice. And he had a lot to say about Boots and, Bud. And I heard things like he's boring and he won't sell. And I'm like, whoa, here we go. And I didn't see anybody with the channels that I follow. They spoke on it. But this is Boots Ennis, man. He just got to 54 and now he's a unified champion. So there's butter on this bread right here. This fight actually means something. Doesn't it? And here he goes. I forget the elderly man's name, and I'm trying to be very respectful. But this is why boxing gets on my nerves, because he said what he said. They took Sebastian, move him away from Boots, and everyone's cool with it. Why? You tell me why. Why isn't there 500 videos up and down TikTok, YouTube, Rumble, Instagram posts calling this kid a duck? Why not? Explain that to me. Why? Why aren't there videos talking about, no, bro. No. You supposed to fight Boots and get those belts off his waist. See, this is why I reversed the question. You Fundora fans, I haven't seen many of them, but whatever. I mean, they're putting stock into this kid. Yeah, I don't want to see him beat up Boots. You gotta reverse the question. What's the matter? I'm seeing things like he's boring and will not sell and right. Who's his next opponent? I don't even know that dude's name. I didn't even bother to look it up. So when I say certain things are reserved for certain fighters, there's something else I'm going to remind y'all of. Something called "Get It Back in Blood" seems to be reserved for a certain type of boxer. But why are we acting like Sebastian Fundora not only has an L on his record, but he was stopped. As a matter of fact, he quit. Man named Brian Mendoza, yeah, stopped him. Fundora, in my opinion, could have gotten up. But he looked at the ref and shook his head. Nah, I'm good. I'm good. Get it back in blood, right? You ain't want to run that back? No, 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 no. He's still 6'7". He's lanky. You know, there's a market for this guy. We need to disregard that loss. It's all forgiven. But let's there's a market for this kid. Let's create a market for this kid. Let's create a lane for this kid. Let's do something with this kid. All is forgiven for that knockout loss that he doesn't want to even bother to avenge it. Right? So you duck Xander Zayas. That's the word I got. Xander Zayas gets in there with Boots. Boots, you know, his stint at 154 is looking good so far. He stopped Xander Zayas, the guy that Fundora ducked. Now, the more I look at this, you're prolonging the inevitable. Because with this move right here, that tells me that Fundora's team doesn't have as much faith in him as this small fan base does. You can't say that this kid is not beatable, not unbeatable. You can't say he's unbeatable. You can't say that. Because we've seen him get stopped. We haven't seen Boots get stopped. And the thing about him was, well, who's he fought? Okay. If you was on that, that's fine. Because now he fought a unified champion at a higher weight class and won in outstanding fashion. So that's out now. There's nothing left for Boots right now but A-level work. And where I thought Fundora, who people were starting to call a cheat code, you know, like a creative character, there ain't nobody 154, 6'7". Well, we're looking right at him. And he likes to fight on the inside, and now he's talking about he uses a jab now. Cool, well, let's see it. Now I'm starting to think this kid is more of a marketing scheme. I didn't like a tall, lanky guy fighting on the inside. Because what happens? Brian Mendoza. Liked it better when he's keeping people on the tip of that jab. Ask Keith Thurman. But never mind that. Boots is not Keith Thurman. What are you scared of? What are you waiting for? The man has 2 belts. That's 2 belts you can pick up with one fight. And you can potentially give him his first loss. You guys who are silent about this, who ignore this, you're the problem. Okay? You're the problem. And the more that y'all allow this to happen, the less faith I have in this kid. This ain't no hate. I'm just telling you what I see. And you're looking right at it. This is disgusting. And no ridicule. Y'all have more ridicule for, here it comes, Devin Haney. And Devin's out here trying to do everything. Boots ducked Xander Zayas, who's a unified champion, then lost by knockout. And Boots is saying, we trying to fight him now. The win wasn't even 24 hours old before Boots reached out to Fundora. And they're like, no, 2027. And watch, 2027, there'll be something else. But I did say Devin Haney, right?
Shining star for you to see what your life can truly be.
And y'all wonder why we support DHP. That young man's trying to do everything. Where's the ridicule for Sebastian Fundora? Boots wants all the smoke. What's going on here? So watch this. When you do things like this, I'm going to go all the way to the extreme. Right now, Jerron Boots Ennis is the best fighter at 154 pounds. Okay? There you go. Deal with that. He beat up and stopped the unified champion. And he has the biggest market at 154 ducking him. All right? So that's adding to how dangerous Boots is. And if you don't like it, tell your favorite guy at 154 to fight Boots Ennis. Because the towering inferno don't want to get extinguished. It's going to happen. The kid's going to lose again. Where's the ridicule? I don't expect it. All the smoke. Now, if Boots did that, if Fundora said, hey, man, let's negotiate. Let's do something. I want all the smoke next. And Boots said, nah, no, thank you. We're going in another direction. There'd have been 500 videos that moment calling Boots a duck. And you know what? They'd be right. That's a duck. Fundora's team literally said they're going in another direction. You guys got to wait till 2027. I know how this works. 2027 is going to roll around. It's going to be another stupid ass excuse. And y'all going to eat it up because of who's doing it. I can't stand you guys, man. Salute the Boots, the most dangerous fighter at 154. Bronx on deck.